We're here at InfoComm 2014, day 3 of the InfoComm show, and we have wandered into the LG booth, and I'm here with Dan Smith, Director of Sales. Dan, how are you doing?
Doing well. Thank you for coming.
First of all, how's the show been for you this year?
It's been extraordinary. There's different years where you have different levels of technology. You know, the leaps come in different sizes. This year's been a big leap. It's been exciting talking about it.
You have more product this year in your booth and more application demos in your booth than I've ever seen before.
Yeah, we talk a lot about how in the past it used to just be a ruggedized panel as a commercial market. Now there's so many features, functions, form factors. It's a lot more diverse now.
Yeah, I mean, you've even got a 47-inch transparent LCD. I mean, who'd have thought that that would have been something that our industry would be selling just a couple of years ago? But for digital signage applications, that's amazing.
Well, what's really exciting is everybody's been showing transparent, right? But the first transparencies weren't very transparent.
Right.
Didn't really showcase the product behind it. So typically most panels are 5.5 to 7% transparent. This is 17% transparent. So it's a significant leap forward in technology. We added a fourth subpixel, which is white, that enables us, but we're able to maintain the full color space while making it more transparent.
And it's touch.
Touch too, sure. We can overlay touch on just about anything.
That's phenomenal. I mean, LG's really become a leader in the last few years in overall in display technology, but you're also helping to drive the digital signage market overall.
Yeah, so when you drive the digital signage market, you kind of look at, we break it up into two different areas. NPD Display Search will tell you that 70% of the panels installed in a public space are pure consumer products. We're going after that product category very hard, and we've got exciting products in that category.
Sure.
But in the high end, there's a lot more features, functionality, support, and maintenance, and we've enhanced that tremendously in the past few months. So we kind of look at both categories and make both of them more appealing.
What has been the like, how often are people walking in your booth asking for 4K versions of everything?
I think 4K is kind of an assumption. I think it's which ones are 4K now, not do you have it, right?
Right.
Yep.
And I mean, at some point in time, based on what consumer demand is driving, everything will be 4K, or the great majority will be 4K, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. It's not a question of if, you know, it's how fast are we accelerating. And in the commercial space, there's a lot of 4K content available. If you look at all the computer-generated content, whether it be a boardroom application, an engineering application, an advertising application, there's a lot of 4K content already.
Right, I agree with you. And when 4K first started getting promoted a year and a half ago, people were like, is this the next 3D? It's definitely not the next 3D. This is definitely going to be something that is absolutely going to catch on, and it's going to sort of be forced upon us, but who doesn't want 4 times the resolution of HD if you can get it?
Yeah, 4 times the resolution, plus you have a better color space. So
yeah, that's true. So and also solves the 3D problem. I mean, 4K images are way more 3D than 2K images, so I think you're actually going to see glasses-free 3D with 4K is much more realistic than in HD.
Yeah, a lot of potential.
Over there on the other side of the booth, you have an interesting display there where you're showing your IPS technology side by side with sort of what you call the competitive technology, and you've got a lamp shooting a restaurant application. And explain what you're showing there.
Well, so IPS overall has multiple benefits. First of all, IPS is the standard when it comes to medical imaging and graphic arts because of its color accuracy.
Sure.
But the other benefit, as you see there, is outdoor applications. So this market will probably at least double in size. At some point in the future, half the market's going to be outside, half the market's going to be inside, right? But we're just at the beginning of that on-ramp. This shows that this product, the IPS technology, is capable of being in direct sunlight without going black. So we actually installed our first QSR drive-through August, almost 2 years ago. Not a single failure since. Never blacked, never failed, no service calls. So the temperature tolerance is part of the story. We also talked about color accuracy, like for graphic arts and medical imaging. But then also we have next to it a demonstration we do where we talk about touch, because touch market, we don't know, maybe 15% of the market's touch right now. IPS is very, very good for touch markets because you don't get the image distortion and the flashing when you touch the panel, and we do that demonstration right next to it.
So what if I were coming into your booth doing the same interview 5 years from now, how's LG going to look different? Because when I saw LG's booth 5 years ago, it wasn't at all like this. It wasn't application oriented. All you're doing is showing a whole bunch of flat panels. I mean, now you've got not just flat panels, you've got panels of all different size, shapes, and types, but also very applications oriented. Where will we be 5 years from now?
Well, size is going to continue to grow, resolution is going to continue to grow, but we've hit kind of a practical limit on how big can a single panel be, right?
Which is what, 90 inches? What is that?
No, you can argue between 98 and 110, but somewhere in that range, it gets too physically big to get indoors, up elevators.
Right.
So I think what we're going to see is we're going to grow to that size. There's going to be a lot more volume in those categories. Video walls, the individual panels will grow, and if you want an overall image that's maybe 12 feet, 20 feet, you can start doing video walls maybe of those large sizes.
Right. Yeah, in fact, what's happened now in boardrooms, conference room, meeting room applications, the flat panel display is basically taken the projection display out of most of those applications now because of the size. And you do, like you said, without removing a window in the side of a building, you've reached a size limitation. However, OLED technology, maybe we'll have wallpaper displays that roll up and roll out.
If it's flexible, we can make a larger single image. You're correct.
Right. And don't you think we'll see that in 5 years?
You know, perhaps you might be a good visionary there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we're going to see. I mean, it's going to be pushed from the consumer side. I think the phone companies and the cell phone companies and then the consumer display companies are going to at least try it out. But I think 5 years from now we may be close to not totally rolling it out, but maybe bending it around a little bit.
Yep. As you may have seen, we have the bendable display here right now.
Yeah, That's what I was sort of referring to. I mean, everything's not flat anymore. Well, congratulations on your success. Congratulations on a great InfoComm 2014, a great showing. Your booth looks phenomenal. We actually shot individual videos on every single product that they launched here at the show, and all you got to do is go up in the upper right-hand corner of our video search window and type LG. That's all you got to type, and all of a sudden you see all those videos. So I appreciate you joining us today. I know you're really busy, and we're going to keep making our way around the show floor and shooting more booths of products that are exciting, new, introduced here at InfoComm 2014, and talking to people who matter in the industry.